I know that there are a whole lot of forces that will always want to stop when something good is about happening. There are forces that want to stop that from manifesting. And when good thing wants to happen, so much you want to stop it so that it won't come. But with persistence, the good will always prevail. The good will always prevail. So please confirm you can hear me very well, because I don't want anyone to miss out from what we have right now. If you are in good condition, you can turn on your video. If you are disposed, you can turn on your video, but if you're not, it's okay. So we are coming live to the section, the first section in the Maui School of Thought, where it all starts. Where it all starts. Somebody should confirm you can hear me, please.
We can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So where it all starts. When asked what starts, just like some of you saw in the flyer, what exactly are we asking where it starts from? Where does creativity start? Where innovation starts? Where productivity starts? Where transformation starts? What's the origin? What's the foundation? Where do we begin to create things? At what point do we start seeing creations and inventions happening and productivity coming to light? At what point do we see transformation happening and taking place? Where does it start? That is it. Where does it start? Okay, sorry about that. That cut out. So we are talking about where it starts. So in a moment, I'll be sharing my screen again with you. All right, so I believe you can see my screen. Where it starts, where creativity starts, where innovation starts, where productivity starts, where transformation starts. Now, when you want to be creative, when you want to be productive, when you want to undergo transformation, where do you need to begin from? Where does it commence from? Now, I'll take three things to talk to you on this, where it starts. Number one, it starts when there is absolute calmness. When there is absolute calmness. It starts when there is absolute calmness. Where there is calmness. Whenever there is calmness, for you to be able to be creative, experience innovation, productivity, you must be calm, because the mind tends to produce results when there is calmness. You discover that the world is so busy. If you must be creative, productive, innovative, and cause a transformation, you must learn to move away from noise. There's a lot of noise in the world. You must learn to give time to calmness. You must learn not to rush into actions. You must learn how to meditate. You must learn how to spend hours thinking and meditating, deep thinking, meditating. Because the mind is productive where there is calmness. The mind gives more results where you experience a high level of calmness. That's why we say it starts where there is absolute calmness. Now, let's go back to the creation. Let's go back to the creation. You discover that from the book of Genesis, the time when God normally comes to visit Adam and Eve was at the cool of the day. At the cool of the day, when there is calmness. Now, if you go back to the scriptures, you see that the time that Jesus Christ will come in to pray will be early in the morning when there is calmness. Now, you come back to reality. You take this little exercise early in the morning when there is complete calmness around you. Spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes to think about something. If you have been going through a certain challenge and a difficulty, spend 10, 15 minutes when there's calmness and see what happens. You discover that you'll be more productive because of that calmness. Even sometimes when the day is so busy, when you come across challenges, you come across problems in the office, you come across circumstances around, you discover that when you don't rush into that, you say, hold on, let me give it a thought. You allow your mind to be calm. When the mind is calm, it's focused. When the mind is calm, it's directed towards something. It can be more productive. So you discover that productivity, innovation starts from calmness. So as you begin your journey in the Maui School of Thought, you must learn how to bring your mind, train your mind into calmness and meditation. Learn the act of meditation. Learn how to be calm in mind. Find time. The world might be too busy, but find time to think. Find time to bring your mind into calmness. No matter how urgent the situation might be, don't rush into it. If you are having so much reports, confusion, things are in the organization, people are panicking, they don't know what to do next, take a deep breath. Take some moment out. Bring your mind to calmness, and you see you can be able to think through. You discover that when situations are happening, circumstances are happening, where others are panicking, it takes someone who can be able to think through, coordinated, that can be able to bring a reasonable, logical solution to the problem at a point in time. So creativity starts, innovation starts, productivity starts, transformation starts the moment you start meditating on issues. The moment your mind can be calm. The moment your mind can be in a right state, you see you being productive. That is it. Where it starts. Now, the next thing here is where it starts. It starts when you start seeing things differently. When you start seeing things differently. That is where it starts. When you start seeing things differently. The moment you start seeing things differently, productivity, creativity starts there. When you start seeing things differently, that's where productivity starts. Now, many years ago, before the world was discovered to be spherical, we all believed that the world was flat. It was believed that the world was flat. But until someone else came in and said, no, the world is not flat. The world is not flat. You start seeing things differently. When you look around you, you look at the world, look at the nation, look at the country. You say, what is actually happening? This thing that is upside down, can it be turned the other way? When you start seeing things differently. our educational system, can something be done differently? This thing that is white, can it become black? Is there any possibility that it's not white, it's black? When you start seeing things differently, when you're not subjected on the theories, when you're not subjected on just the information you have alone, when you allow your mind to be open, to be an open thinker, when your mind is open, you don't just take somebody say that this is what it is. You don't just think that this is what it is. You say, can this be this also? When you start saying things differently, it starts. When you start seeing things differently in your workplace, in the environment, in the society, when you start understanding that what you think will be flat can be spherical, when you start understanding that what seems to be a rectangle can also be a square, when you start to understand that what seems to be a triangle can also be a cuboid, when you start seeing things differently, when you come to understand that what is a bucket can actually be a gallon, what is a table can actually be a chair, when you start seeing things differently, you see creativity comes up, you see productivity comes up, you see innovation comes up, when you start seeing things differently. Now let me take you back on creativity a bit and innovation. Let's take the development of computer. Many years ago, you discovered that computers were just as big as a warehouse. Computers were very big as a warehouse. They use vacuum tube in manufacturing computers. Now, someone come up and says, these computers that are big this way, it's possible they could be small. It's possible they could even be smaller. It's possible that this can be this way. And you start working at it. When you start saying things differently. So as you live your life, as you exist, you don't just want to subject your mind to one thing. You don't just want to subject your mind to a particular area, but you want your mind to be open that there is possibility everywhere. You want your mind to be open that the little thing you see around can be turned into something great. You want your mind to be open that the device you have, the house you stay, it can be done in a very much better way when you start seeing things differently. Where it starts, when you start seeing things differently. Now, the next one is, where does it start? It starts when you start asking questions. When you start asking questions. When you start asking questions, creativity comes up. Why is this way? What is happening here? Why is this happening here? How can this be done? What could be done next? When you start asking questions. When you start asking questions. Now, notable inventions, creations were made, transformations have been made over the years as a result of asking questions. Now, if I come to the field of science, many years ago, we believed the theory of evolution. We believe that man evolved from apes, the theory of evolution. Now, when we start asking questions, what's the possibility of this? Where does this existence come from? When you start asking a whole lot of questions, what is actually happening here? Why is this way? Why not this way? How can it be done this way instead of this way? When you start asking questions, When you start asking questions, you see creativity, you see ideas start flowing in. How can I do this? How can this be done in a better way? When you start asking questions, no man is an island. You have to ask yourself questions. You have to ask questions around you. When you see things the way they are, you have to ask questions. Why is this way? Why should it be this way? Why not this way? How can this be done this way instead of this way? When you start asking questions, when you combine these three things together, you're going to experience a high level of creativity, innovation, and productivity in your life and in your career. Because the moment your mind is calm, the moment you start saying things differently, and the moment you start asking questions, you see the beginning of creativity. You see the beginning of innovation. You see the beginning of productivity. You see the beginning of transformation. I believe at this point in time, you have been able to understand where creativity starts, where it starts, the bedrock of creativity and innovation. So like I said, we won't be wasting much time here because this is a kickoff section. So I want you to realize that as we begin this journey into the Maori School of Thoughts, I want to develop that creative mindset, innovative mindset, productive mindset, and transformative mindset. And to do that, you understand that you must train your mind to be calm. You must start seeing things differently, and you must start asking questions. Thank you. That brings me to the end of the session. So I'm going to take a few questions in the next 2 minutes. So if you have any question, you can just put up your hand. Okay, is that a question? You can unmute yourself and ask the question, or you can drop it on the chat box. Okay, if I don't see any hands raised up, I will assume there are no questions, and we are good to go on a creative mind, an innovative mind, and a transformative mindset. All right. No questions. Okay, no questions then. So I'll call on Grace. Grace, can you just share with us very quickly in the next 5 seconds, where do you think creativity starts? You can unmute yourself and talk. Where does creativity start? Grace, can you hear me? Unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you.
All
Good
right.
morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, from my understanding, creativity is challenging the norm of what we already know. As a child growing up, you see your parents tell us different things. This is supposed to be like this is supposed to be like that. And sometimes it's not all the time that they have answers to those questions. It's because their own parents also told them that. But now, creativity starts when you start questioning things and asking why things are in a certain way. Just like when I was in school, they taught us in social studies about, I think it's Charles Darwin, the evolution of man, how man came from apes and all those things. And we just took it for some people. But now you have to question the fact, why is it like that? Why did they think like that? Why do you think it is that way? If monkeys were evolving to humans? Why have humans not evolved to something else till now? And why do we still have monkeys? Why didn't they also evolve? So you start questioning things. So creativity starts when you start questioning things and looking for new ways to solve problems and how to go about certain ways in bringing about new ideas, new solutions, and a new way of life of doing things, knowing that there's no impossibility. It's just how you limit your mind. If you limit your mind, you're going to remain there. But if you stress forth and try to take your mind to the far to the most farthest thoughts, you don't even believe the things that will come out of your mind and things that you as yourself will be able to create within you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a great one. I think we need to clap for Grace. That was a beautiful one. So because of our time, we will not have to hear from any other person. But after now, I will drop the assignments we'll have on this so that we can be able to do that and submit accordingly. So I'll call on Joy to just give us some few announcements, and then we are good to go. Thank you.
All right, that was a great one. I greet everyone once again. That was a great one. I really learned a lot. Despite the fact that the voice was not too clear, so we apologize for that. And he's our speaker for today. Then in the next class, subsequently, we are going to have other speakers. So and we are going to have a data session. So we want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for standing. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for everything. So as you all know, we've been announcing in the group that you can one academic group. You either belong to creative thinking and entrepreneurship, critical thinking and entrepreneurship, logic and philosophy, transformative thinking. So you belong to just one of them. Then you have only one team that you belong to. So I see some people, after being assigned to a team, they also want to be assigned to another team. So you just belong to one team. I hope we get that